Hi guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Conscious Coffee Talks. So I'm coming at you today with a little bit of a disclaimer to start with. I'm going to be talking about health and fitness and weight loss and probably body image and all the triggering things. So if that is triggering for you, please click off of this video. You probably will not find this helpful. This kind of talks more about the mindset shift and just food and energy and spirituality in general. I'm not saying energy work is a replacement for Western medicine. I think it's a great combination. If you are suffering from an illness or disease or even a mental illness, I think that energy work combined with it is an amazing combination. I do believe that there is a place for Western medicine and also a place for energy work. So with that being said, if you're still around, let's get into it. And I love my little jack. I got it for Christmas last year. So I'm coming at you today in my home studio, so I kind of moved my bed out of the way. I just got done with this session, so the energy was good in here. I'm kind of in a meditative state. All the animals are in here because the energy feels good. So with that being said, the topic is how to manifest your dream body or how to manifest weight loss or your health, you know. And I think this is really hot with the time of year that it is, because this literally has been showing up in every Reiki session, every energy work session that I've done. Sorry guys, that's the heat. I really feel like the collective consciousness is feeling it right now, just because with end of the year, new habits, new you type thing. And what better way to do that than to try and physically change something on our physical appearance, or just, you know, on our health or whatever, as a representation of us as people. So if you guys are new to manifesting, I did make like a manifestation video and kind of showed you guys how to do a little candle. I'll link it down below because it goes into a little bit more detail than what I'm going to cover here, probably just of what the energy is, quantum physics, and how it works with, you know, you. So just to give you a little bit of a background information. So to manifest this, it all has to do with the energy. Now, what is the energy? The energy is our universe. It is what our universe is made up of. It's what we're made up of. It's matter, it's vibrations, it's frequencies. That all is the energy, and you as the human are powering this body with your energy, which is your soul. And part of your soul is the ego, so it is the false sense of self. Now, this is a collection of energies pretty much that you keep on repeat almost in your body. So you're very familiar with the vibration that you think is you right now. If you're trying to manifest something different in your life, you're trying to change your frequency, which means that it requires a change in your mindset. Where intention goes, energy flows, right? So your mindset is the thing that is keeping these energies in this body, and whether you're conscious of it or not, it's either your mindset that you're consciously creating, or it's energies created off of the subconscious, which you don't realize is basically controlling your life. So to change whatever you want to change within yourself, you pretty much have to start within yourself for it to manifest physically. So changing your body and your health is pretty much the same process of manifesting like a car. What I tell my clients, if they are trying to manifest weight loss or their health or something like that, it is a frequency. You have to currently look at where you're at. So you have to pretty much look at what you're eating, what your current stresses are in your life, what your current beliefs are about yourself around weight loss, understand your current behaviors and patterns, and then you have to ask yourself what it is that you actually want to manifest. So what is it that you want to bring into your life, or how do you want to change your frequency, meaning how do you want to feel? So what I have them do is envision, because the mind needs a vision pretty much to create from, otherwise it has nothing to create from. So I try to get people to envision what their future self would be. What do you want to look like? What would your dream body be? How would you want to feel? Things of that nature. Or if you're more so looking to manifest your health, like how would being healthy feel for you? How would being whole, perfect, and complete feel for you? Visualize themselves as the way that they want to. And the key to all of this is to bring said visualization into the now, because it already exists. What you want is already out there in the quantum field, and it already exists, but the goal is to embody it now because you're wanting to change the frequency in your body now. So universal law of attraction, like frequency attracts like frequency. You're radiating this certain frequency right now of either low energy, or you're just feeling like lethargic or depressed or whatever it is. You're radiating that, and that's what you're sending out to the universe. And so it serves you up more of that in your reality, because we create reality from within. If you want to go a little bit deeper with quantum physics, matter is created from conscious thought. So we're literally creating matter out of light. It's just a shift in energy, guys. Basically, you're just changing frequencies. You're not doing anything else besides changing frequencies. And to do this, you have to shift your mindset, because the mind is what is going to create, and the emotion behind it is really the frequency. And frequency is just energy vibrating at different levels. Law of thermodynamics, guys. Energy is neither created or destroyed, it just changes form. So like a solid, like this table right here or table back there, is vibrating at a certain frequency. Now this coffee in here is vibrating at a certain frequency of a liquid. And the air in this room is also vibrating at a certain frequency that we breathe. So you vibrate a certain frequency as well, dependent on your energy. So energy is neither created or destroyed, it just changes form. And it can change into a form that you cannot see. You can sense it. Now that we demystify that a little bit, when you embody it right now, you're feeling different. And a lot of people don't pay attention to how they feel or how they feel physically, but the body responds to our thoughts. Now you can think of this like trauma. It's a good example, I guess, but it's the first thing that came to mind that most people can relate to. So when you're creating a memory in your mind again, you're getting the emotions with it, right? The body knows no different what is reality and what is made up in the mind. So you can essentially do the same thing with your health, because when we do that, when we create, when we are reliving, either in the past or we're projecting ourselves in the future, we're creating, right? Bringing in the frequencies. And if you're creating from a point of vibration, then that puts you on a one-track mind to low vibration. That's how visualization is more of a tool. So it brings forth the energies in which you feel. When you see your future self all healthy and you have your dream body and you're confident, how does that feel for you? Your body is gonna shift to that frequency, and you're physically gonna start changing. Even though you haven't really done anything yet, now just stick with me, guys. Some of you will get it, some of you will be like, you're crazy. Sorry, that was my cat. When you feel these new frequencies entering in, these feelings entering into your body, your cells are gonna start to change. Our DNA starts to change. It activates certain things because it believes that we are this thing, and it's resonating a different frequency than what we're used to spinning. So the problem that I see though is, and with cat does not want to drink my coffee. The problem that I see though that is just with any kind of manifestation is you can have whatever you want, guys. Like, you are well deserving of your health and of your dream body and your whatever it is in life that you want. But people don't hold that vibration because it's an unfamiliar frequency, right? So once you've identified how you want to feel, you have to start putting power behind the intention. You have to start actually taking action. So once I have people visualize, and then they're like, okay, I want to feel healthier, or I want to feel lighter, I want to feel energetic. Like, once you have all the vision down and you actually start to feel into it, now the key is to maintain said vibration. So to maintain that, you have to actually start shifting your mindset and designing a life around that new frequency. So people might get a little bit confused because there is just so much information out there on the internet on how you need to do this diet, you need to do this diet, this exercise to do this, and it doesn't work for everyone because we are all different frequencies. So we're all starting at different places in our life. That's why some foods don't work for some people. So start asking your subconscious or God or whatever you want to do. Start asking what it is you need to do to feel this way. Start asking, what workouts do I need to do? Maybe yoga comes to mind. Start listening to how your body feels when you're thinking of certain workouts, and it's gonna tell you. So it's basically you're tapping into your intuition. So go with your gut feeling. If yoga feels good for you, then put yoga down, write it down on a piece of paper. If HIIT workouts are what it's gonna bring you to closer to your goal, put HIIT workouts down. It is just going with your gut feeling and what you need to do in order to get to said manifestation. You can then ask like what diet to use, and then see what comes to mind. So then maybe feel into some foods too. You can even use a pendulum. Really dive deep into your intuition, because all of it is a frequency based upon like how you want to feel. So you can really use this as a tool. This is how food and movement really is medicine, guys. If I want to feel a certain way, I know running is gonna give that for me. So I need to go do running. So this is how really exercise kind of helps you create a vibration within yourself, or food helps you create a vibration within yourself to then change your frequency for what you need in that moment. Now we can go on to Ayurveda and things like that. That's a whole nother topic, but it's essentially just eating for the energy that you're in for whichever you want to change. Because everything that you do, guys, is just creating a frequency within you, and dependent on what your goal is, that's gonna be what you need to do. So when you're tapping into your intuition, it already knows what you need. You can think of all these things as tools, like your workouts, your food, and all of it. It's just tools to create a certain frequency within you, to get you closer to said manifestation, right? So start asking yourself and start tapping into your intuition. Do what feels right for you, and if later you feel like you need to change it, then you can change it. This is kind of like the reason why maybe something worked for you in the past and it no longer works for you like in this moment, because you were a different energy in the past and now you're a different energy in the present. So to get to said whatever manifestation, you have to do different things, right? Hi there. Oh, so that's how you can use some of these tools to help you shift your frequency. Power behind intention is building your faith over time. So you're actually building up confidence in yourself. You're actually starting to believe that you can do these things. It's just taking action, and that's all it is. It's just power behind the intention to build yourself up to the frequency. So now that you have this desire in your mind, the brain is actually going to shift a reality to help you get to your manifestation. Like I said, the problem is that people either change their mind, so it changes their track and therefore their reality, or they lose faith in themselves and they think it's not working and they give up, and so it totally collapses that timeline, which is timeline is just the one track mind that you're on. So you can shift. So that's kind of how the mind kind of plays in and creates a reality based upon what you desire. So you might see some opportunities come up or some things shift in your reality, such as like a new gym membership on sale or something like that. Or a friend contacts you and is like, hey, let's go to the Zumba class together, or something of that nature. Or some friend is doing like a diet and you want to try it, or a workout program like hits your computer screen, you know, on the feed that they're all listening to us on. So that is kind of like, I have a UFC fight behind me. That is kind of what I mean about how the brain will shift a reality around your desires. But the key is to try to keep maintaining that of what you want in the present moment, because we create from the present, and just more emotion behind it powers said manifestation. So if we're acting from the present moment, then our body's going to change, our mindset's going to shift. It's much easier to be the thing that we want, and all of our actions and all of what we see in the world are going to stem from this frequency, because we create from the frequency that we're in. And just over time, I say time, but eventually your body or your health or whatever is going to actually change physically to represent the new mindset that you're in. I think this is why humans are so addicted to maybe changing their body, besides of just culture, diet culture. Now, some blocks that I've seen come up is they're constantly fixated on what they're not. From what I mean by that is you're constantly fixated on the fact that you're not this thing right now, and so that radiates a frequency that you're not this thing. So it shifts your frequency, and therefore the universe will deliver more of your not said thing. So you never really change anything. You kind of just remain stuck, and you feel kind of like what you do isn't working or stuff like that. And even when you're doing the things you think that you should be doing or that you wrote down, you're still just kind of like going through the motions of it. You're just like, you know, I'm gonna do this anyway because I know I should, but I really feel like it's not working. Well, that's gonna not really work, guys. So you have to be super intentional with your workouts. You have to bring a positive, good feeling. You have to know what you're doing is working full 100%. And you have to keep pushing on even when you don't physically see it in the reality that you're in. So many times I feel like people give up or they change what they think they need to do. And it never really gets them anywhere. It always just, it's on a cycle. You're on repeat pretty much. So pick something and stick with it. Stick with it for an extended period of time and believe it's going to work. And I don't care if you have to like talk yourself into it. You have to say affirmations or whatever. Believe it's going to work because it will eventually. You just have to hold the frequency long enough, and people usually don't do that. And honestly, guys, when we fall off track and then we hold guilt around, you know, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Like, why did I eat that? Or you overate and you feel like shit. Honestly, guys, the guilt that we have on food or around food, or shame that we have on food, the labels that we put on food and say we eat it, or we hold high expectations and standards for goals and we don't meet them, that energy we have around that for the failure, for the guilt, that does more harm to our health and our energy system and our confidence really than eating the damn food itself. So really try to not develop that guilt, that shame, whatever around food, and be kind of neutral about it. If you fall off track, you fall off track and you just get right back on. Like, this is why it is a journey. This is a very symbolic thing to life almost. So you can really see how health and fitness can really transcend and spill over into other aspects of your life, and you can really use, you know, your goals in this as energy to then achieve goals in other parts of your life, because you're already creating this confidence in your energy within yourself, so you might as well use it for other things. Hopefully that gave you guys probably more than what you bargained for, but because I got off on a little bit of a tangent on a few other things, but I've been feeling called to talk about this because, one, in my own life, this is something that I've struggled with, not necessarily with disease, but with health and fitness and the mindset trap that diet industry has graciously giving us for money, but you can manifest it the other way, and I really want to try to help people see that and to give the power back to themselves. There's, you know, it depends on which way you spin your story on what you're telling yourself will depend on kind of like the things you need to do or the mindset shifts you need to make. And yes, I said story because we're the ones creating it, and we get to choose whichever way we feel, what made us feel, or validate our feelings. We're narrating this story, and if we feel a certain way and we think it's because of something, then it's going to be because of that. And there's like 20 different ways probably to spin the same story. So I don't know if that made sense, but it kind of makes sense in my mind. So anyways, guys, just really want to give people their power back, and for them to understand that they are the creators, or we are the creators. You are the creator of your world, and you know, this is your temple. This is where we create from. The intention is you. It's everything. And so I just try to help people be conscious about their intention. So anyways, guys, so I'm going to end the vlog here, and if you stuck around for this long, I greatly appreciate it. If you want me to go into more of just like fitness and, you know, diet culture, or just kind of like my experiences or anything like that, drop them in the comments below. I'll greatly talk about this because I think sharing really helps. The way that I'm being totally honest with you guys. You know, this is my channel, and I'll share my struggles. I'm not ashamed of it. I really think that they've grown me into what I've become now, and I'm really proud of that, actually. So I'm sending you guys all of my light and all of my love. We'll see ya.